This is the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney with a quick check on what's going on. So here's my man to get into it.
Ooh, cannot wait to sleep in this weekend. Thanks for listening. Hope everybody's all right. Coming up in this cast, Celebrity B-Days, Shaba, two of my favorite producers too, DJ Quick and Calvin Harris. Also, the last news section questions what, seems like a fetish that led to several Real Pod news stories over the past year. People stuffing their booty holes with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we'll look into that. But other than, I don't know if we'll look into that, but you get what I'm saying. But other than that, we've got pink skies in England. We're about to start with these two OnlyFans models acting up. And monkeys. We got monkeys monkeying around in Missouri.
My favorite stories of the day.
It never ceases to amaze how a driver can be on a highway going 60, 65 miles per hour, a little slow, but all right, but then decide to get in the passing lane, the fast lane, and immediately start holding up traffic with all that 60, 65 mile an hour stuff, and could not care less about any drivers behind him honking, flashing lights, tailgating, flipping them off as they go around. Nothing can get that driver to get out of the passing lane, and they know they're wrong. Just like these two women on an American Airlines flight to Miami last weekend. Man, I'm just giving away the game on how fast I drive. But these were not just two women, not just any. NBC Miami is reporting the 34 and 31-year-olds are OnlyFans models who decided to upgrade their regular coach seats to first class by just sitting in the seats. Paid no extra money. No flight attendant told them they could. Actually, the opposite. NBC Miami and a couple of other news sites I read say flight attendants made it clear these two were told to go back to their coach seats, but say they did not. And instead stayed in the first class seats. Maybe took selfies to pose like they're balling. But Miami officers had to board the plane after landing and arrest both. So think about everything said so far. Let's play Were They Drunk or High?
I'm getting kicked out because I didn't sit in the right fucking seat.
Yeah, that was one of them sort of explaining what happened. And somebody with the handle Only Indade posted video on Instagram of officers leading these two from the gate in handcuffs, not fuzzy, but handcuffs. We heard the one, but the other kind of fell into a split while handcuffed, if you see the video, and said something about having to do yoga. It seems NBC gave us an answer, saying cops wrote in the arrest report they were called about intoxicated women. There's been a monkey mystery in Missouri. NBC5 in St. Louis ran a story on how local health workers started getting calls last Thursday about maybe 4 monkeys hanging out near a park on St. Louis's north side. A local zoo worker familiar with primates identified them as vervet monkeys, and health workers are not sure if they're 4 or more or less, but they know monkeys are not legal to be kept as pets in St. Louis, and no lab reported any primates escaping, so they have no idea where these monkeys came from, but they're not trying to go with animal control officers. Nah, they came up empty chasing the little monkeys last weekend, but whenever they catch them, whenever they say the primates will be sent to a facility certified to handle exotic animals, hopefully not in Mississippi. Yeah, see, that's where those 2 lab monkeys were shot and killed by 2 separate people, and one of them was a pastor. After a lab truck crashed and flipped over. This was last October. Had that story on Real Pod. Same reason this one made it. I like saying monkey. Hopefully they'll get to eat some square slices of Emo's pizza while they're in STL. I recently saw this video on Facebook of what I assume were AI-generated stick figure images talking, with one telling the other, a wise man once said, the day a mosquito lands on your balls is the day you realize not every problem should be solved by force. I wrote that down as fast as I could when I saw it, and now it applies. If what cops in Romulus, Michigan are saying is true, because WDIV TV4 Detroit is reporting this 44-year-old guy is accused of first firing his gun several times outside the middle school where his son was in class, after being told he was not allowed inside or to pick up his son. And then came his arraignment.
I heard you, sir. Need you to state your name for the record, sir.
Goodbye. I don't need to talk to you. Goodbye. Don't play.
Dad, mad.
Why don't you get a real job? Go get a real job.
WDIV Local 4 Detroit posted video of this arraignment. At one point showing this 44-year-old man stick his fingers in his ears to show he's ignoring the judge. and he'll get another chance to make his son proud and do it all again on Tuesday. That's when his next hearing is scheduled. Back in a moment. But before the break, Jams Podcast, a word.
Blazing the best hip-hop, R&B, reggae, soca.
You can download the Jams Podcast Mix for free. Just Google search Jams Podcast Mix.
It's Jams Hour Mix with Greg H. And now, a moment of peace.
Safari over. Grab that mic and recorder. Let's go. Simba, it is all yours, buddy. Let's get the hell out of here. Got me messing with these cats.
Thank you for this moment of calmness, brought to you by the ASMR Network, where every sound is a turn on.
And now for the world around us.
The South China Morning Post is reporting police in Thailand's city of Pattaya arrested a fortune teller on New Year's Day because a woman took pity on him. Well, at least that's what she told cops. Police say the 38-year-old card reader was dressed shabby outside a temple where he was trying to talk people into letting him read their fortune. So the 19-year-old woman did. And the Morning Post report says he told her his cards were showing she would face bad luck and lose a valuable item that day. They say he asked her for money to prevent his fortune reading, but she said no and left. Then realized she left her phone. So went back and quickly realized the fortune teller was right. She had the bad luck of losing a valuable item to a thief who knew her fortune. Police tell the Post they were called once others saw her in the fortune teller's face trying to get her phone back. Before cops even came, they say the crowd already went through the fortune teller's stuff and found the cell phone in his bag, hidden in a box. One can only hope he saw where his fortune was headed. The South China Morning Post made the point to say fortune telling is a thing in Thailand, and so is fraud, saying this is the latest in a bunch of cons involving spiritual Thai leaders. So, hey, lovely place to visit. At least the videos do look that way, but watch your back. Last Tuesday evening, the 6th, the Sun News site is reporting out of England, Lancashire police put out a statement reading in part, "We received a report that a teenage girl has fallen from the back of an ambulance on the M6 highway. No attempted escape, no, just a girl tumbling out the back of an ambulance on a highway off-ramp." What was happening in that ambulance for that to happen? Yeah, that's something the Sun did not answer, but it is reporting the girl was eventually taken to a hospital where they found she was not seriously hurt. But people's schedules were. The tabloid is saying that stretch of the M6 highway was shut down for about 90 minutes. And this was first reported to cops at 5:17 local time, in the middle of afternoon rush. Also, how did they finally get her to a hospital? Was not specified in the Sun story either, but safe to say if it was an ambulance, somebody better double check the rear door locks this time. And we'll stay in England because in the West Midlands, folks were stepping outside on some cold winter nights to take in the sights of a pink sky. And it has been pink. Beautiful. UPI is reporting people living in Birmingham, Hednesford, Small Heath, and Bordsley Green. They were all saying they saw it. But what they saw actually was grass growing under her feet. Yeah, it turns out the Hednesford Town Football or Soccer Club put out a statement on social media saying that pink glow in the sky was in fact our LED pitch lights set up to help grass grow at soccer stadiums. Back in a moment.
I've noticed. And by all the right people, too.
Silky Way Hair Conditioning at better beauty stores everywhere.
Girl, you smell good.
Oh, you mean my blouse? Yeah, no, I just started using this new laundry detergent.
Perfume, detergent, whatever, it's smelling good.
A sweet scent, the simple, most appropriate name we could think of.
Hey, excuse me? Yeah, can you not?
A detergent with a lasting aroma that even strangers may want a whiff of.
We do not know each other like that. Officer.
What's up with what's going down, though?
Yeah, because one really has to wonder if there's anything we will not stick up our butts. I mean, the Daily Star reported some guy in China shoved a whole sweet potato up his bunghole. 7-inch spud. They said, that's a big sweet potato, 7-inch spud. Swaddled up like it was a black hole. The story says a 61-year-old man got bored and decided to see how it feels, but then ended up falling asleep, like he should have done before playing with his food, then said it felt like stomach pains when he woke up in the middle of the night. So went in the bathroom to try and pull it out. Didn't work. Couldn't poop either. So had to go to a hospital where doctors even bought a wine bottle opener to try and grip that sweet potato, but nope. It took surgery for doctors to go into that man's abdomen and pull it out directly. All because a 61-year-old man said he was bored and couldn't think of another way to pass time. I mean, he could have tried a thermos. Flashback to some dude in Florida. He did it right before going to jail, and they x-rayed him to see a big old thermos somehow shoved up his butt. Needed a hospital specialist in that case to clear the hole and restore order. Now, that was a story, by the way, in Real Pod a few months back. This has to be some kink. I mean, if it is, no problem. Do you, boo? Hey, Digital Underground, do what you like. Only if doing what you like puts you in the hospital and your booty hole in news coverage around the world, maybe stop and think, do I want my new nickname to be Sweet Potato for the rest of my life or Thermos? Because people usually will want to know where nicknames come from, and I don't think they'll want to know where these came from. If nothing else, it should not be show and tell.
Upon Classics. Hey now, this is Mike Mann with more comedy gold right here, right now. From Slammy Sammy.
Hurricane, you can call him Slurricane. Strong enough to start an engine, man. Those little hurricanes, they'll scramble up your brain.
That's all she wrote. For another Real Pod newscast. Thanks as always for listening. Really appreciate it. And please like and subscribe. Follow the show on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. The show's Facebook page. That's where I post song credits for the ones I run between stories. If I ever get to them, I've been running late lately. So check that out if ever curious. Have a great weekend, everybody. Everybody except the Patriots fans. Go Texans. Have a good one. Back on Tuesday.
This has been the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney from Show Enough Productions. And for more, hit up the website, realpodnewscast.com. That's real with 2 E's. This is Big Daddy Marty Allen. Thanks for listening.
Sir, would you state your name for me, please?
No, goodbye. We need to talk to you. Quit playing with me. Goodbye.
Show enough.